Music's just had such an impact on my life, and I think it always will. I wrote my first song when I was in third grade, and ever since then, it's just been part of my life. I don't wanna do this. I'm just doing what you. When I was 9 years old, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't really understand what she was going through at the time. All I really understood was I suddenly had all this free time, and I decided I was gonna finally teach myself how to play guitar. So every day after school, I'd go sit in my room and practice and write songs about my life. Thankfully, my mom went into remission and our life returned back to normal. But I was still constantly writing songs, and I began producing tracks for the songs too. And I really hoped that one day I could make an album. My quote-unquote studio started in my bedroom, and then once that had filled up, I moved down to my basement. But things started to get broken down there with my siblings, so I moved to the unfinished side of my basement. And then once we finished our basement, that's when my parents were like, okay, we're gonna dedicate a space to you. And I'm so thankful for that. It was so amazing. So almost the entirety of my 3 albums were recorded right in my house. There were 2 demo albums that I had made within the 6-year span that I was just learning how to make music, and those were extremely important because they really shaped what I wanted to say with my music, and I learned so much from them. During that time for my birthday, my grandma had gotten me a studio session with Shaw Dover. We recorded my song Nana together, and that was really pivotal because I really got to learn how music was made, and I really got to experience the process behind it. There were some kids in my school who got a hold of one of my songs, and they didn't have the nicest things to say, but I knew I was going to prove them wrong. Guys, today is the day. We're recording my first single today. Anyone was a song that a few of my friends had heard before I put it out. And it was a song they really liked, so to me it made sense to be my debut single. I have a million words to say, but I know they won't come out. I kind of randomly just chose to release that song, so I think it came as a shock to many people because no one knew I had plans to release music. Once the song was out, I could have never anticipated the amount of comments that would come in. And at that point in my life, I was really focused on trying to prove people wrong. So I decided that I was going to make an album. T-E-L-L-M-E, T-E-L-L-M-E. Now that you're gone, there's nothing left to do but sing my song. Now that you're gone, can you at least admit that you were wrong? When I was getting ready to release my debut album, I thought a lot about what I wanted to say. I pulled songs from the demo albums as well as songs that I had written going into high school. There were a lot of things that I didn't know making that album. It was just me, and my friend Evan Volkman helped out a little bit. The album wasn't professionally mixed or mastered. It was just me in my basement. I just wanted to say, hi, I'm Sean Kennedy. This is who I am. I remember uploading the album and posting the announcement, and that was really scary.
Sometimes it drowns you out.
Long time no see. After putting out the record, I got so much amazing support and I was doing interviews and performances, and it really felt like all this hard work that I had put in was really starting to pay off, and it really made me want to release another album.
It's going to be expected early next year. This song I made with my friend Evan Buckman. He also produced the song on my debut album, so it was really good. Making another song with him. This song's called Elder Time.
I had gotten asked to play a fundraiser at my high school, and I decided that I wanted to play 2 songs from my upcoming record. And that day, so many people told me how much they loved those songs, and that's when I knew that the second record was shaping up. I thought I could get over it, we'd end up as friends, but I think it might be too late now. I think I need to add another syllable in there. I don't think I necessarily had a clear idea of when I wanted to release the one. It was just that I was so excited to share what I was working on, and by the end of 2019 I was wrapping the album up. The first thing I told myself, though, was if I want this to be a successful record, I need to get it professionally mixed and mastered, and I need to do press and music videos, and that's what I had to do in order for an album to be successful. I also wanted to do a professional photo shoot for the record. Adam Brett Schnee was the photographer for the album, and I'm so happy with how the pictures turned out. I think he really captured what I had envisioned for the record, and I think it really encapsulates the themes and the imagery that I wanted people to see.
Stream Goodbye by Sean Kennedy.
I put out Goodbye in December 2019 as a promo single for the record, and then we followed that up in January with the official lead single, All the Time, and in February we put out the last single, which was Could You. It was really crazy with all the support that people were giving me with the music that I was putting out, and it really felt like people were supporting all of my hard work. I was doing really cool interviews, and I had just never been so excited to share a record. Good morning. So it's 8 o'clock right now, and I'm currently getting ready for my first ever music video shoot. All the Time was my first ever music video shoot. We shot it over 2 days. My friend Maria Klementova played my love interest. My siblings helped out with the shoot, cousins. We just had such a blast making it. Hot. Okay, so we're here, we're doing the first shot. This is Maria.
Oh, I saw that video.
So it's day 2 of the All the Time video shoot. I'm just getting ready right now. The whole video is gonna look like it's taking place over the course of just one day. So I'm wearing the exact same thing I wore last time we filmed. It's been a minute since we filmed because of just everyone's schedules being crazy, but I'm really excited. I think we're gonna wrap up today. We're filming at a park, and it's gonna be really fun. It's day 2 of shooting. Oh my god!
Ew, it's really gross.
There's probably like a bird's nest in there. After the one came out, there were a few things that were already set to be released, but I didn't want to start making a third record. I had made 2 albums in 2 years, and I didn't want to push myself to make another one just yet. But then a global pandemic hit. What's Left Unsaid was probably the most natural record process has ever been for me. I was just sitting in the studio every day, constantly making things because I had so many ideas. And to me, it felt like the perfect album to close out high school with. It felt like this culmination of every emotion that I once felt that I didn't really talk about. And it felt like I'd put this all into an album that, in my opinion, is definitely my best yet. Today's your special day, but there's something still so great, and I don't know if time could slow itself enough. So I wanna do something good with my life. I gotta make sure, hold on to my life. One of the things that I've been pretty adamant about over the course of my career is that I didn't want to have a feature on an album just to have a feature. But Cross Your Mind was a song that I wrote during the one as a solo song initially, and it felt really unfinished, so I reached out to Juliana, who's been such a close friend of mine for a long time now, and I was like, hey, would you ever want to do a song with me? And she was like, yes, of course. And we recorded this little acoustic demo of the song, and we were both just so busy that we never ended up finishing it. So in August, we met back up, and we did a few more sessions and ended up finishing the song, and it's something that I'm so proud of. Look who's here.
Hi.
We had this scheduled for 3:30 and it is 5:10.
Okay, I'm sorry. A star is always late. Is that right?
I like that. This is session 4 of Cross Your Mind. We're almost done.
Hopefully.
She's been the best. We're doing the pre-chorus harmony right now. We had to lower this mic a lot for her. The music video, maybe we'll have you stand on a box or something so you don't look so short.
So short compared. Yeah.
That might be something
Or
we'll
steps
arrange. Alright. You want to hear it one more time? Brooke and I are running some errands today. We just got the magazine prop printed out. I think this is some really great quality content.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let's see how bright these are. I haven't tried them out like in... Alright, so you don't get locked yet? Well, no, I tried it out like in my house, but like I don't know like how bright like and how like because the other ones were so bright that it was like overwhelming.
In my kitchen. You know.
Just go put my hands on. So you're gonna like adjust my string. So
Okay.
it's basically so this is the outfit I wore in my album cover. So it's almost like you're like getting me ready for like the album.
Okay.
What happened?
I was saying if this is filming.
Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah, it is. This is such good quality.
I had gotten the idea for the Regret video when I was in isolation, and at that point we couldn't shoot, so I storyboarded the whole video up. And then once we were able to finally shoot, it was a 6-hour shoot. I had a ton of family with me. My friend Brooke Williams co-directed with me, and my friend Chloe Imhoff starred in it with me, and it was so fun to finally see it come to life. I had seen some of Charlie Zanetti's work, and I knew that that's who I wanted to do the third album. And it was really great because he was immediately able to see what I liked, and I really, really love how that photo shoot turned out. I'm currently getting ready to ship out all the PR packages. We have these really cool lanyards that were made with the SK on them, and then we have the Regret CDs, which are just, they look so good. I'm so happy with how they turned out, and yeah, it's kind of funny. It feels like surreal kind of doing this for my third album, because I feel like I was just doing this for Tell Me, sending some radio samplers out. I am, though, I'm really proud of the accomplishments that I've been able to make, because I feel like there was so much talk around the first album, and now it's kind of like people are excited to see what's next rather than just like gossiping. And I think that shows that I've come a long way. So this has just all been really, really great, because I've just been getting so much positivity. So we're delivering PR packages, and we're currently at someone's house, stopped in the main road, and Brooke can't find the package.
This is too much for me.
So yesterday was Regrets release day, and I'm just in awe. One, by how well the song's doing. It's blown all my other songs out of the water, broken like every record that I've had, but also by the amount of people that have like reached out. And that's my favorite part, because even if the song didn't do well, having people tell me that they really enjoy it and having people congratulate me is what really makes me happy. And, you know, having people reach out and be like, hey, I listened. That's what, knowing people are listening, that's what really makes me happy. But I'm so shocked that the song's doing so well, and it just makes me so happy. I'm gonna be on the radio on Friday. That's just, it's so insane that I'm even saying that. I don't have words. Oh my God, thank you, WHED. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna be on the radio. Getting to talk with Andy Bale and then hearing my song on the radio was probably one of the most insane moments of my life. In that moment, I think it really solidified the idea that my hard work was paying off, and it's something I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. When I listen to this record, I tend to think of the little 8-year-old boy who would get dressed up and put on concerts for his family. And I like to think that I'm making him proud. But when I hear that album and I compare it to Tell Me, the difference is just insane. And, you know, there's been people that have asked, do you regret putting out that album so soon when you didn't know a lot? And I really don't, because everything thus far has been part of my journey, and maybe one day I'll go back and rework some of those songs, but I'll always be proud of that record and everything that I've done since then. I've learned so much, and I believe that I've come such a long way, and I'm just so thankful for everything that's happened. I'm just fortunate that I'm at a point in my life that I'm surrounded by so many amazing people, and I just don't care anymore, because I know I'm worth it.